Music is fuel that fires up our souls. Today, African music has a dominant place on the world map. This massive music movement creating waves across the globe.
I have seen the evolution and the growth of this industry.
But every movement starts with a story. And the best place to start any story is at the very beginning.
There's a primordial energy that can only have come from Africa.
For Big Brother Niger Season 7. Who will bring the heat? What shakeups will happen within this walls? We'll be discussing miss the new season of The Buzz, Tuesdays and Saturdays from 7 p.m. only on Showmax. With never seen before snippets, interviews and reviews. Subscribe now at www.showmax.com.
To the right.
Mr. Potola Mefunlo.
Let's get to the right. Left.
Allah is small Laila Slow. Okurie. Oni ke tite wale. Wale. Welcome to the Bumper Breakfast, this Tuesday morning edition, the 30th of August 2022. How are you all doing? And I hope you're doing well this morning. Hope you're as excited about the day, about the month as I am. A sister of mine is, celebrating her birthday today, Kemi Omoshebi. Happy birthday. She used to be on this table, a couple of months ago, and then she went on maternity leave. So I have to say happy birthday to Kemi Omoshebi Awodayin for we thank God for your life, for that of your baby Jemima, and that of that beautiful young man who has been taking good care of you, because of course I wrote Julare, so we have to say thank you to him for doing a great job of caring for you as well. And across Nigeria, I'm sure all of the fans of the Bumper Breakfast are wishing you a happy birthday this morning. But of course, everybody, wherever you're watching us from, this is the Bumper Breakfast Monday to Friday. On the show, we usually share with you stories that made the front page of the daily, stories that are trending across Nigeria and across, Africa sometimes. We peep into the rest of the world to try to juxtapose and see if what they're doing is, tantamount to maybe similar to what we're experiencing right here on the side of the world. My name is Oluwatomisin, and I love being here with you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning. Joining me this morning, debuting, like I like to call it, on the Bumper Breakfast for the first time as a co-host, I have Coyote Adeleye. Coyote, good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
And Coyote, why are you smiling this morning? It looks as if the traffic didn't deal with you as bad as I thought it would.
Well, it actually did, but the joy of Sister Kemi's birthday and the cake we might be having is actually making me smile.
Seriously? Cake?
So wherever she is, we're expecting the cake today.
So
Happy birthday.
Are you actually telling me that cake excites you as a man?
Oh my God, I love cake actually. I love cake. I love the chocolate. I love everything about cake interests me.
Haven't they told you that cake is bad for men?
Really? Well, I've been hearing.
You didn't get the memo.
I mean, they told us of Coke likewise, and we're still taking Coke till today.
What a comparison! They told you of Coke.
Yes, of course.
And you're still taking it.
Yes. And I'm still actually very strong as a man. So I think it's just an intuition, sort of.
Wait. You say you're still strong.
Please don't go there. Good morning, everyone, and you're welcome.
Our guest this morning, the cat has been let out of the bag. Tolani Ojuri, regular on the Bumper Breakfast every Tuesday, joins us on the first episode. Good morning, Tolani. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Last week was the blue, today is the black.
Yeah.
What's up? What are we doing?
Well, I'm just being patriotic.
You sure?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, this is my wear. This is my official wear. This is my native wear.
Okay. You are being Yorubalistic or you are being Nigerianistic?
I'm being patriotic.
To who?
To myself, to my country, to my
tribe.
To my tribe.
To my culture.
Exactly, to my culture. I'm a cultural advocate too.
Because I even can see that the cap this time around. So Olayinka Daniels can come here wearing first cap on his native. I love the trend anyway. I really do love that trend of people doing first cap on the native. I don't know how Nigerians create these things, but it just gels.
Yeah. Actually, you know, I actually saw someone this morning on a suit and with trainers and
that's what my pastor wears. It really gels. I mean, I have a pastor who, when he wears native, he's always wearing the shoe, but every time you see him on suits with a shirt, not a t-shirt, with a shirt, suit and shirt, he's wearing trainers and he gels.
Exactly.
So I don't get that thing that you were doing to our dearest golden boy. No, what is wrong with you people? People don't understand. But that's the way the British, that's the way they wear their suit.
Yes.
That's the way the British wear their suit.
Take it or leave it, that has come to stay. Take it or leave it, that has come to stay. I'm sure over time you keep seeing pictures of people wearing their suits with their trainers on. So
you see, just as I said it this morning.
Yeah, I mean, he has
Olayinka Daniels just walked into the studio wearing the first cap and the native, just as I said. It's the trend.
It's the trend, you know, and something I love about Nigerians is we create our own style. We're unique.
Exactly.
So why are you people making fun of the golden boy and saying that his style was going, that everybody, have you seen them on social media? Everybody is wearing different types of tie that goes all the way down. And
the suit and sneakers challenge.
Yeah, you've not seen all types of shoots.
All kinds of celebrities had their pictures all over the place.
Yeah.
I think I saw Charlie Boy and some other. So that has come here to stay. So
I love the fact that Golden Boy. If you're wondering who we're calling the Golden Boy, is the tag now on Twitter. If you go on Twitter and you want to check who the Golden Boy is, just type Golden Boy. You just see the picture, will just pop out. So we're talking about the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Alhaji Kashim Shettima.
And you know the beautiful thing about this is, Nigerians, we love to make ourselves happy, no matter what. So
at other people's expenses, especially.
At other people's expenses, actually. So we don't care. Once we just see that thing that's going viral, we just all want to make ourselves happy. So please don't be surprised tomorrow when I come with my own long tie, actually, on my blazer.
Not on this table.
Okay. It's all right.
Coyote.
It's all right.
I dare you.
I hang up on that.
Not on this table.
No problem.
I will kill you. All right, we're here this morning. It's the bumper breakfast. And of course, let's take a look at the stories that made the front page this morning. I want to begin with the Nation newspaper. I will start with the banner headline because I saw something that really caught my attention today. And I'm talking about court declines the government request to extradite Abba Kyari to the U.S. I am here for higher calling, says Tinubu. Gas-powered buses for use on Marina Aja Ekpe route. World Bank excludes Nigeria from $350 million food security cash. Ifa, not Oyomesi, will pick new Alafin. Shikarau returns to PDP. ASU declares total indefinite strike. State varsities not under obligation to implement federal government agreement with unions. PDP crisis setback for Atiku Wike reconciliation. Atiku's men rally party organs for Chairman Ayu. Something will happen soon, says Rivers Governor. Votes for capital project unlikely in budget 2023, says Finance Minister. Federal government plans 19.76 trillion budget with 12.41 trillion deficit. Kade, what do you have in the Tribune?
Yeah, a lot on the Tribune this morning. And I'll start with this that says eminent Nigerians, Pandef, Afenifere, YCE prefer ways to end impasse. Ubani, Yusuf Ali, Tunji Abayomi, parents and the association, they're also speaking up on this. And also, court stops NBC Buhari from shutting down 53 broadcast stations.
Wow, 53 broadcast stations.
Yes.
I'm sure people are jumping up right now. But of course, NBC has also released a letter appreciating two of those stations, Star Communications and Silverbird, Communications, for responding quickly, which means Do you know what that means?
Paid.
Responding quickly.
Yeah.
It means
Yeah.
payment was made. Let's look at more stories.
All right, so let's go on. FG releases 6.25 billion for establishment of cattle ranches in Katsina. All right, and over 40 million Nigerians yet to receive COVID-19 vaccines. This coming from the MPHCDA. And here is this: explosion rocks gas plant near Redemption Camp, 2 injured and 4 tankers burned.
I'm glad I didn't see any dead.
Yes. I think that's a good one. I think it was quickly controlled. Yeah. Court rejects FG's request to extradite Abba Kyari
To
to
the US.
US. And also, solution to Nigerians' problem lies within among Nigerians. This coming from Bolaji Akinyemi.
Professor Bolaji Akinyemi.
Yes.
Okay. Right, so let me take a look at the Guardian newspaper next. The Guardian newspaper has the banner headline: 2023 federal government to borrow 11 trillion naira, spend 3.36 trillion naira in subsidy, and Nigeria to spend 19.76 trillion naira next year as deficit jumps by 54%. Government may not fund capital projects in 2023. Finance Minister, petrol subsidy to remain till mid-2023. Bandits force Niger magistrate courts to relocate. That's Niger magistrate courts to relocate. Ayu Wike continue war of words amid reconciliation talks. And you have Obidati Media Office tackles Tinubu's group for comparing Peter Obi with Ashwaju. Oborevori appreciates God citizens are returning as Delta PDP Buba candidate. Court dismisses suit for Abba Kyari's extradition. ASU extends strike indefinitely.
Wow, a lot going on.
And let me call that indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Punch newspaper.
All right, on the front line of the Punch this morning, 12 trillion deficit worries FG, and debt may eat 54 trillion. Revenue shortfalls to ample capital project funding. FG says insecurity threatens the FDIs. And also, Nigerian economy shrinks by 63 billion. 28 sectors struggle. And government decries petrol subsidy. Airlines cut workforce over aviation crisis. Families groan as kerosene prices rises by 99%. And also here...
Subsidy gone.
Gone. Subsidy is gone, yes. Also here is still on the explosion at the Redemption Camp. Still saying on the Punch, explosion near RCCG camp injures 2 and raises trucks. And also here is also saying police plan fresh screening for protesting constables. And man arrested for stealing 15-year-old child in Lagos. And lastly, Generator Films allegedly kills a Nugu groom and the wedding guests.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back from this break, we're taking a look at the stories in that. And of course, we'll be looking at the perspective of our guests this morning to some of them. In and out, Abib, in and out. Moko if you break any. Show you. In and out. Welcome back. For breakfast, we have Tolani Ojuri right here this morning to talk to us about some of these stories. And I want to begin with the explosion that took place at Redemption Camp. I mean, this is one story too many. We've been hearing near the Redemption Camp, not inside, but very near the Redemption Camp. We've been hearing this case of gas explosion here and there. As a matter of fact, whenever I drive, by a tanker of any sort, I have these jitters. That was the day I was driving on the College Road inward, let me just say, towards the Excellence Hotel. And there was a gas truck that was right by my side. My AC was not on, so my car was, my windows were down. I could perceive the gas leaking. Yes. And somewhere at the back, I saw something like they used something to just choke somewhere. Like they use something, you don't understand. Wow. There are certain things that you need to explain to Nigerians in the parlance, the local parlance. So let me explain to you. In English, it simply means they use the particular material to just cover it. But see, they use something to shook the tank somewhere like a cloth.
So that it won't.
So basically, they knew that there was a leak coming out from somewhere.
Yes.
And as I was watching it, I was scared. You know, my phone was with me. I wanted to make a call to possibly call the FRSC. I couldn't call, so I sent a text message to the FRSC sectoral commander describing the trucks with a picture and saying this truck is likely to be coming towards Ojudu. So by the time he gets to Ojudu, please just be waiting for him. Wow. When I finally got the opportunity to overtake the guy, I told the LASMA officials in front to detain the truck. I kept doing that until I got to that junction that goes to Kanti. So you can just imagine, this is the truck. It brought daylight, it was afternoon. Brought daylight, it was moving, and the gas was leaking.
We have very, very poor safety standards here. Because even, I think these are under the purview of all the agencies, DPR, road safety,
and I think
and even with the
NSCDC.
Even with the citizens themselves. Because we just need to project, just have a picture of what happens if somebody should just light a matchstick or do something around that area. Because or just make a phone call.
Or just make a simple phone call.
That will trigger that into going up in flames. Yes. And within the past 1 year, we've had all sorts of explosions all around. Even maybe like 10 kilometers from here, we had a gas filling station. A gas plant exploded somewhere around towards Iju. We had this one. I think we had two along the express in the last 1 year. And I felt the authorities' concern should have done something about this. Safety is very, very important. You did mention that 2 people were injured, and I'm going by the pictures. That area is a low-density area. You don't need to have much people there. Yes, just imagine if it happened in the heart of town. Yes, I mean, a lot of people would have died. So it's it's a recurring decimal. And it's really shameful that the authorities involved. I'm sure DPR has got a kind of safety standard for all these filling stations. Do they check the one on College Road? They come to tell you that they have. They are well insured, and then they have this and they have that. If you go check their fire extinguishers, are they up to date? If you check, if you do fire drills for their staff, are they? Do they know what to do if there's a fire outbreak? Not just even just the staff. Are there enough notices around? Do they even have a muster point? All those basic safety standards. All the basic safety. Safety guides. Are they there? So we can't go on like this.
So basically, you're saying that even the people doing the business are not aware, or they're not even equipped to do the business.
Most of the time, they are not well trained. If there's a fire out, if you get to a filling station, you see a bucket filled with sand.
Yeah.
What's it for? Have you ever asked the attendant, this bucket filled with sand? And most of the time, that sand is already wet. It's already, it has already caked in the bucket. The whole idea is when you have if you can't get the
fire extinguisher to work,
the fire can on time, that should be like sand that you pour onto it. But most of the time, the sand in the bucket has caked. Yeah. And they need to have fire drills very, very often. Have you ever experienced a fire drill in a filling station?
Yeah. Mobile, the one very close to Agidingbe. There was a day I witnessed, we were here and we saw the fire. So I quickly drove down halfway and then entered the place. And they were able to stop the fire. It was right there. It was contained within the filling station. And it was quite amazing. It wasn't even their fault. a car, caught fire.
Yeah.
It was the irresponsibility of the CBD officials. There was a particular car that the CBD officials stopped along the side of the road.
Yeah.
And in the exchange, trying to get the guy to go arrest the guy for whatever reason, the guy kept telling them that he's driving at that pace because his what's that thing? Radiator was overheating.
Okay.
So he told them, my radiator is overheating. When they will take over your car. And the guy told them, you can't drive my car. They took over the car. The guy told them, you cannot drive my car. Dragged him out, and everything. And then people came to his rescue and were like, what's that, So they said he hit one of their officials. And he's like, okay, I'll take the guy to the hospital, So he told them, I said, my car is faulty, it's overheating. But they insisted that he must, come with them to the office. They wanted to arrest him. So they told him to enter one bus. And so one of them drove his own vehicle. And they were driving that vehicle so roughly. So the guy kept telling them, the guy driving that vehicle needs to understand that car is overheating. My car is overheating. But they kept driving the vehicle. The guy was driving so roughly. You know how you drive a car that is overheating?
Yes.
And the stupid person, this human being drove the car that was overheating, kept driving it until the vehicle caught fire. When the vehicle caught fire, he drove it into Mobile filling station on Agidigbi Road.
You can imagine that. I wanted to
he drove a burning vehicle into a filling station and parked it behind a truck.
Who does that?
A tanker. So what they saw was fire in the vehicle, and then they ran out of the vehicle and they left the vehicle in the filling station, just at the entrance of the vehicle. So what those guys quickly did was they had to put up, because they parked it behind their truck.
Wow.
And you see, the blessing was that the truck was loaded.
Wow.
And they knew that the truck was loaded. So they didn't take it lightly. The attendants quickly sent everybody out of the filling station, poured sand, used fire extinguisher, poured everything, and killed the fire. But I'm telling you that vehicle burnt completely.
Can you imagine?
The entire engine, the inside, the dashboard, everything completely. Because I had to go there physically, saw the vehicle, went to the CBD office to ask questions and ask for the commander or whoever it is that is leading to let us know what their problem was. So you can imagine the irresponsibility. But that disaster was averted that day because of the spontaneity,
Yes.
of the reaction of the attendants at the filling station.
And one more thing, I think this also comes in with the greediness of the drivers, because I was opportune to have a talk with one of the oil company bosses, and he said, we give the drivers money to maintain these things, but sometimes when they have the cash, they don't maintain the trucks because they also want to keep some cash to themselves. So eventually, so eventually the drivers have to probably pocket in what they should use in maintaining the trucks they drive, thereby endangering the lives of people.
Is it that they give them money? So is that another correct thing to do? You're the owner of a truck
and you give
your driver is traveling somewhere, you give him money to
maintain, because
I think another thing we need to take care of is take care of the problems from the roots. Exactly. The issue of fire prevention should go all the way down to the schools, our religious places of worship, the marketplaces. You did say that, they give them money, they don't do what they need to do. If they have at the back of their minds that if this thing should happen, if there should be a fire outbreak, even me driving the truck, I won't escape.
Of course.
The magnitude of the fire incident, because for something to register, people should be able to picture the after effect of it. Exactly. So right from a very young age, if you light the gas, just like we treat children, if you don't tell them not to go to where, you have an hot, a hot item. If you do this would happen to you.
Yeah.
So from that very young age, you keep driving it into them. You don't do this. If you do it, this happens. If you do this happens. Exactly. So as they grow older, because how do you explain that? You have a falling down, a broken down, tanker, oozing out fuel, and people going there to scoop fuel. No matter, it's not poverty, it's stupidity.
Of course.
So
you now find that's the same thing applies to the filling station attendants, both the filling station owner, the manager, the attendant. They should really, safety is very, very key.
Orientation.
So
yes,
a tanker explodes. a tanker falls down the expressway and people are running to go and pack the wares. They are not concerned about the fact that the tanker may be fully fueled and it could catch fire. They're not concerned. Maybe the tanker in question has, flammables as part of the load inside it. They want to quickly loot.
Either it's vegetable oil, petrol, or diesel, anything, they will just scoop.
And you said something now about it's not poverty, it's stupidity. I think that's just the word.
You think it's not poverty? They say Nigerians are very poor.
Yes, it's not poverty. It's not poverty. It's just our orientation. Yes. And mind you, these pictures go out there. It's shown on TV. It's shown on. It's shown on TV. On the paper, and it goes into people's subconsciousness. And like, oh, okay, this happens. I can scoop and go. And you find, okay, not all those people scooping for are poor.
Aha.
Yes, that's another. Statistics have it that not all of them are poor. Some of them are well paid. They have.
And do you know some of them are even working for some other people? So the person who gives them this instruction to go and scoop the fuel is somewhere in his office or in his house or in his shop, and then sends people to the field to go and scoop. And people waste their lives just to do the bad bidding of another person, even though it's to their detriment.
Imagine if the redemption camp was to be holding. Imagine if this explosion was to be a Friday, where the camp was holding the first Friday of the month. I mean, you can imagine this would not be the same story we'll be saying right now.
Because of the volume of people that will be on the road.
The human traffic on that axis. Well, let's say we thank God for everything.
Thank God so far.
We're thankful. Extremely thankful. Exactly. All right, let's talk about this next one. The 2023 budget. Yesterday, the House of Representatives met with the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, and she presented the 2023 to 2025 medium-term expenditure framework to them. And she presented a budget of about 19 trillion naira thereabout for the 2023, and then said subsidy was going to end mid-year 2023. That's one. And then she pegged the entire revenue Nigeria was going to get for that year at 8 point something trillion naira. I'm bothered. 8 point.